we start with the Indianapolis Colts, who last year surprised a lot of people until they had to shut down their quarterback and then limped to the finish line. According to DraftKings, the total is set at 8.5. It is juiced to the under. So, Raphael, let me start with you. We're going over or under?
I'm going over in this one, minus 105. And you said it, all the injuries they had last year, and they still won 9 games last year. It blows my mind again on that one. But first of all, it's all about the health of Anthony Richardson. If he can stay healthy and the offensive line can protect him, this could be big things in Indianapolis. I like Anthony Richardson this year. I think he's going to be a lot better with the support he has around him. I like the over at 8.5. And don't forget, the Colts have an easy schedule this year. I think one of the easiest schedules for the division. So this can be very, very profitable for them. I think they start off hot. And then we're not shocked if they get a wild card spot.
All right. The first one isn't over. Charles, talk to me.
I'm agreeing with Raphael. How about that? I'll take the over 8.5 as well. We have Shane Stanky Leg in charge, and then Anthony Richardson, if he can stay healthy as well. This team won 9 games last season, so I think they can split their division. Plus, they get the Steelers, the Vikings, Bears, Patriots, Giants, and Broncos. Yeah, I'll take the over 8.5 wins for the Colts.
Did you just say Stanky Leg?
I might have.
All right, Seabass, I'm coming over to you. 2 overs so far. What say you?
I've got the Colts going under. Again, I think I've said this on every show that I have been a part of where we're talking football. This number, I don't like this number either. I've got them 8 wins, maybe 9 wins, right? So it could be over, could be under. It's not really a definitive answer for me, but for the show purposes, I'm going to take the under. I think they got a little bit lucky last year with their 9 wins. I see a little bit of regression. Anthony Richardson, a UF guy. I'm a big Gator fan, if you guys didn't know. Injury issues are a thing with him. Turnovers have a potential to be a thing with him as well. I think he's an exciting player. I think they have something to grow with, but I'm going to take them under 8.5 wins.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are talking about what some of the things online or some of the reports that not only were Bengals players throwing shade at Anthony Richardson, but apparently his throwing was not that good. So, DG, with those reports, we take it with a grain of salt. Where are you headed on the over-under here?
I'm fading Anthony Richardson just for the simple fact of I just don't trust him. I'm going to go with the Colts under 8.5 wins. I do have them at 8 and 9, so it is very close. Right as we were looking at the cusp of going over or under, it could definitely go either way, and that's why you're looking at the odds of either minus 115 or minus 105. But Anthony Richardson is not a good passer. In the NFL, you have to be a good passer. How long can he stay healthy? He wants to run the ball. We saw him in Florida. He is just not a great passer. He's electric, just not a great passer. So I'm going to go fade them and go under 8.5.
All right. I think, DG, that you're going to be proven wrong this year. I believe in Anthony Richardson, and I think that maybe not his throwing, but as a winning quarterback, if he can stay healthy, I think the Colts could do something in this division. I really, really do. But this team really intrigues me, as do the props. So, Raphael, for a Colts season prop, where are you headed?
Well, DG specs, if he doesn't stay healthy, their backup quarter is Joe Flacco, so he can win some games to help me with that total season wins 8.5. But Anthony Richardson, give me his rushing touchdowns over. He only played 4 games and almost hit that. It was projected to be 15 rushing touchdowns if he played the full season. I like his over in touchdown rushes. I think it's an easy cash if he stays healthy. Again, 4 touchdowns in 4 games last year.
Very interesting. It's so funny when you play a quarterback prop who's a runner. You almost always have to say if he stays healthy, because the way he plays, he takes the hits. He does not run out of bounds. So we'll see what he can do. But I like this play because he calls his own number a lot. Seabass, coming to you. What do you like?
I also like Anthony Richardson. In fact, I was so upset when I went to put my picks in last night and Raphael beat me to the email by about 4 or 5 minutes. I had that same prop for Anthony Richardson, so I had to go back to the drawing board and find something else. But the guy, he wants to run the ball, so I'll take Anthony Richardson over 525 rushing games. He had like 125, 126 in the 4 games last year or something like that, so I think he gets to that 525 easily.
We have a little game that we do on the primetime shows, and it has to be plus 1,000 or higher to pick a guy that scores the first touchdown of the game. I wonder this year if Anthony Richardson will be above or below that number most weeks. Most weeks. Because he calls his number early and often. So both Seabass and Raphael, they like Richardson and his legs. Speaking of legs, Charles, coming to you.
Yeah, and this ties into the rushing as well. I'll take the Colts to have one rushing touchdown in every regular season game this season at plus 2,500. They had 19 last season. You get Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson around the goal line. Yeah, I think plus 2,500 is worth the shot to get a rushing touchdown in every regular season game.
Yeah, nice nugget from Soupy in the chat as well. Highest percentage of quarterback run plays to back up my point. Better than Lamar or Allen. Soupy, thank you very much. Now, DG, let me come over to you because you're going to go to the other side of the football.
Yesterday, we talked about Foyesade Aluakun. Now today, we're talking about Zaire Franklin. That's Z-A-I. Sorry, I thought we had to spell it today. But Zaire Franklin will have the most tackles and assists this season. Last year, he was just slightly behind Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner has now moved on from Seattle. I think this is a great spot for Zaire Franklin. He had 167 2 years ago. Last season, he had 179 tackles and assists. But if you look at this, he's getting most of these just from his tackles. And so I believe that we're going to go ahead and ride the number here. Zaire Franklin, most tackles and assists, plus 700.